Hi, my name is Ben Yu, and this is a picture of my lovely wife, Daria, a longtime sufferer of insomnia. The reason I'm showing this to you is because it was Daria who urged me to share this cutting-edge information on treating insomnia with you. Information that you can start using immediately to start getting the sleep you need and finally get your life back. Now, there's one big reason why you should listen to this entire special report. And it's the reason why you're not getting the sleep you need and probably never will unless it's addressed. I'm going to reveal simple, powerful shortcuts for overcoming this one big obstacle so you can start getting sleep immediately. Now you're probably asking yourself, is this information right for me? I would say yes, if your sleep is negatively affecting your health, your happiness, your social life, how people respond to you, or your job performance, including your ability to get the job you want and to get promoted. And I'd also say yes, if you tried sleeping pills, and we'll get to the real reason why they haven't worked for you later. Or if you've tried complicated strategies for going to sleep, alternative therapies, counting sheep, and none of it has worked. But first, who am I? As I said, my name is Ben Yu, and I'm a co-founder of a company called Sprayable. More on that later. I was studying biochemistry at Harvard University when I was tapped by billionaire Peter Thiel and recognized as one of the top 20 entrepreneurs under the age of 20 and awarded an inaugural Thiel Fellowship. The Thiel Fellowship came with $100,000 in a simple requirement: create something to change the world. I spent the last several years working hard with my co-founder, Devin Soni, and my father, Chongzi Yu, a PhD in chemistry, to do just that. And now I know we've done it, but more on that later. So why am I sharing this with you? In the last several years I've been working in this field, I've been horrified to see more and more people suffer physically and psychologically from the ravages of insomnia and sleep deprivation. I've come to realize that it's not people that are changing, but rather the choices made available to us, plus the withholding of key information that could allow all of us to be well rested for life. As someone who has struggled greatly with sleep myself, and after seeing my wife suffer through her insomnia, I feel it's my duty to share these vital insomnia prevention tips with you today. As you'll soon see, some of what I'm going to share will likely make a few big players in the health industry, especially the supplement industry, very nervous. And because these players have lots of influence with big media companies, it's very possible you might not be able to get access to this information later. So if you're interested in hearing the truth about why you're not getting the sleep you need, you might want to make sure you get all the information in this special report now, while it's still online. Have you given up on getting sleep? In the course of my work with Sprayable, I've come in contact with thousands of people suffering from insomnia and sleep deprivation, and I've been witness to their deep-seated frustration. My colleagues and I hear a disturbingly consistent set of complaints and negative self-talk. Does any of this sound familiar? I'm doing everything right and still can't go to sleep. I feel hopeless and depressed. I look and feel haggard. Go out? I don't want to go out. I just don't have the energy. I'm constantly tired and apathetic. I feel irritable and frustrated. I'm never going to feel well rested again. What's wrong with me? Sorry for a dramatization, but it's hard for me not to respond to the pain and suffering that they felt and that you might be feeling. The kind of pain that makes too many people simply give up on leading the fulfilling, full of energy lives that they deserve. But there's something that you need to know before you throw in the towel. It's not you, it's your hormones. And they're standing like a brick wall between you and your goals. But I'm here to tell you that there's a way to smash through that wall, get to sleep on your schedule, and be in control of your life again. I'm about to reveal some breakthrough tools that you can use to literally tell your body to go to sleep. And it's not what you think. So let's get started. Here's the one real reason why you're not getting the sleep you need. And it's called your sleep barrier. Not enough melatonin. Now, melatonin is literally the hormone that tells your body when it's time to sleep. It's like your body's natural sleep regulator. Multiple studies have shown that this super hormone is key to getting consistent, restful sleep. And research shows that low levels of melatonin are associated with disrupted sleep cycles. Don't listen to me. Listen to Dr. Sanjeev Kather, MD, Director of Pediatric Sleep at NYU Langone Medical Center, who says, your body naturally makes melatonin, which helps create the urge to fall asleep. Or listen to Andrew Westwood, MD, board-certified sleep physician and professor at Columbia University, who says, melatonin is key in regulating your body's internal clock, also known as your circadian rhythm. Okay, so far so good. Enough melatonin helps you get good sleep. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is almost everyone in the developed world is getting far less melatonin today than our bodies were designed to respond to, and that our ancestors used to get. So, why exactly is this? Why aren't you getting enough melatonin? To answer that question, we'll need to take a step back and explore our evolutionary history. Melatonin is created in response to darkness. More precisely, melatonin production is inhibited by light, meaning that during the day, when you're out and about in the sun, your body's natural melatonin production is next to nothing. However, when the sun sets, and when your world gets dark, your body starts making melatonin, which in turn tells your body's circadian rhythm, or internal clock, that it's nighttime and time to get some great sleep. This is how it's worked for thousands of years for our ancestors, until someone named Thomas Edison came along and messed everything up for everyone. So what happened? Not much. Just a little thing called the light bulb. What happened was we no longer started experiencing total darkness at night. Instead, with the spread of artificial light, we started surrounding ourselves with bright lights constantly throughout the night. Today, it's even worse, with it practically being impossible to go a single night without being surrounded by artificial lights and glowing electronics. Your laptop, your TV, your smartphone, lights in your home, lights in your office, car lights, street lights, artificial lights are literally everywhere. When was the last time you could remember going a single night without seeing any artificial lights at all? Needless to say, this isn't natural, and it's not healthy. Your body was never designed to be exposed to so much light at night, and it just can't cope. Because of all the artificial lighting, your body essentially thinks it's always daytime. For your body, it's as if the sun never sets in our crazy modern world, and consequently, your body never makes enough melatonin, your circadian rhythm goes all out of whack, and so does your sleep along with it. Really, it's a miracle we get any sleep at all in such a crazy modern world. Thankfully, there are a couple of ways to boost your melatonin levels naturally. The fundamental thing to do is to try to keep it as dark as possible at night. Reduce all exposure to artificial lighting. Don't watch TV or use phones or computers at night, and try to keep all lights as dim and dark as possible after the sun sets. Also, increase your daytime exposure to light, as exposure to light during the daytime can be just as important as exposure to darkness at night. And do your best to keep regular sleeping hours, which can help keep your circadian rhythm well adjusted and not out of whack. Realistically speaking, however, it's next to impossible to avoid all electronics and artificial light as soon as the sun sets. Phones, computers, TVs, office lights, cars, artificial light is everywhere. And if we're being honest, it's become next to necessary in today's world. As Stephen Lockley, a sleep researcher at Harvard Medical School, says, the premise to remember is that all light after dusk is unnatural. All of us push our sleep later than we actually would if we didn't have electric light. And as Bill Hendrick from WebMD states, exposure to room light during the usual hours of sleep suppressed melatonin levels by more than 50%. In other words, even the smallest exposure to light at night can negatively impact your melatonin levels and consequently your sleep. So what are you to do? To make matters even worse, being tired and irritable for the rest of your life isn't even the real problem. That's just icing on the cake. The true problem is that your health and life itself is at stake, and the less sleep you get and the more deprived of melatonin you are, the more you risk serious health complications. A Harvard Health letter put it like this: study after study has linked exposure to light at night to several types of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. And Joshua Gooley, PhD lecturer in medicine at Harvard Medical School, follows on by saying, chronic light suppression of melatonin has been hypothesized to increase relative risk for some types of cancer, and melatonin receptor genes have been linked to type 2 diabetes. So if you thought being tired was the worst of your problems, well, you were wrong. Sorry to burst that bubble. The good news is, there is help. External melatonin supplementation has been shown to improve both your sleep and your health. A study by Irina Zhudanova, MD, PhD, from the Boston University School of Medicine, and her colleagues had this to say about a study in which they administered different doses of melatonin supplementation to patients. The sleep of insomniac subjects was significantly improved by all 3 melatonin doses, with the 0.3 milligram dose causing the greatest effect. And an article in Science Daily had this to say: a study carried out by researchers from the University of Granada's Institute of Biotechnology shows that consuming melatonin neutralizes oxidative damage and delays neurodegenerative processes of aging. Citing Professor Acuna Castrovello in that article, they followed on to say that daily melatonin intake in humans from the age of 30 or 40 could prevent, or at least delay, illnesses related to aging, free radicals, and inflammatory processes, such as many neurodegenerative disorders, such as Parkinson's disease, and complications linked to other illnesses, like diabetes. But before you jump to just taking globs of melatonin pills, you may want to think again. And if you've tried melatonin pills in the past already, you may know what I'm about to say. They suck. So if you tried them in the past and they didn't work for you, there's a reason. And it's not because melatonin itself doesn't work to solve your problems. It's specifically melatonin pills made by the unscrupulous supplement manufacturers on the market today that don't solve your problems. There are a few reasons for this. 1. The pills give you far too much melatonin, way more than what you actually need. How much more? On the scale of 100 to 300 times more. Why? It's because taking a pill is an extremely unnatural delivery system, if you think about it. Melatonin is naturally produced by the pineal gland, which is located right next to your brain. Normally, the melatonin is produced and immediately goes into effect where it's needed. With a pill, the melatonin has to travel through your entire digestive system before it even enters the bloodstream and becomes bioavailable. In particular, the melatonin pill has to travel through the liver, which can destroy up to 90% of all the melatonin in the pill before it even enters circulation. Because of this, it's extremely hard to deliver an accurate, correct dose of melatonin into your system via a pill. To compensate, melatonin pill manufacturers have resorted to bombarding you with way too much melatonin, far more than you need, even after most of it is destroyed by your hard-working liver. What's more, all of this melatonin is delivered at once into your system, giving you a huge spike of melatonin before the vast majority of it is quickly metabolized and destroyed by your body. This is highly unnatural, as the body normally produces very small amounts of melatonin slowly, gradually, and steadily over the course of a whole night, not all at once like a pill. So what's the end result of all this madness? Well, it should come as no surprise that taking such an excess of melatonin in such an unnatural fashion can in fact harm your sleep, not help it. It turns out that when it comes to melatonin, less is more. Your body needs a very small, precise amount, and getting too much of it can disrupt your circadian rhythm just as much as too little. So if you've tried melatonin pills and they haven't worked, well, there's a reason for that. As I promised earlier, I'm also going to tell you another reason why the sleep supplements and pills you've tried have failed to work. And it's disturbing. After working in this field for several years, I've learned to ask the right questions when people ask me about supplements. First, I look for rigorously conducted clinical studies on humans. You'd be surprised how many supplement companies base their claims on animal studies. And the truth is, what works on mice rarely works on humans. Second, even if there are human studies on an ingredient, almost every company I've come across neglects to put the same exact ingredient used in the research into their formulation. What too many supplement companies do is find a cheap source for the ingredient and don't use the proper extraction method. The real active ingredient is then either non-existent or in such small quantities as to be worthless. They do this to save money. Lots of money, as cheaper sources can often be found for less than 1/10 the price of the real thing. And finally, even if they do happen to include the right ingredient, they rarely, if ever, are able to deliver the ingredient in an effective way, such as in the clinical studies where the ingredient was shown effective. The reason they do this is because creating the correct formula and delivery mechanism for supplements is not easy, and more importantly, not cheap. And since they figure most consumers won't realize that just having an ingredient in a pill does not guarantee that it will be delivered into your body and usable by your body, they figure they can just throw their ingredients into their pills willy-nilly and cut costs and save time. Sorry for the rant, but all of this makes me very angry. Let's get back to the main reason you're not getting the sleep you need. So now that you've learned about the reasons you're not getting the sleep you need, you're probably wondering if there's an easier way to address all these problems that's safe and doesn't involve a huge time commitment, sketchy drugs, or becoming a hermit and living in the woods for the rest of your life. The answer is yes, and you need to see how researchers have discovered a special delivery mechanism that overcomes your melatonin deficiency without harmful drugs or requiring you to be an outcast hermit in the woods, something that's never been done before. I'm really excited about showing you this, so let's get to it right away. Again, your body naturally produces melatonin slowly over the course of a night, not all at once. Conversely, melatonin pills do exactly the opposite of what you need, and gives you a ton of melatonin all at once that quickly then is destroyed and removed from your system by your liver. So this naturally begs the question, what if there was a way to deliver melatonin more like our bodies naturally deliver melatonin? Good news, there is. By applying melatonin directly on the skin, researchers have found that they can solve all the problems facing melatonin pills and other sleep aids. In fact, by applying melatonin transdermally, that is, through the skin, researchers have discovered 4 major breakthroughs. Breakthrough number 1. Way less melatonin needed. Again, pills give you far more melatonin than needed. In some cases, 100 to 300 times more than you need. This is because taking a pill is an extremely inefficient and inaccurate delivery system, and going through the entire digestive system means most of the melatonin is destroyed by the time it enters your system. And so pill manufacturers overcompensate by flooding their pills in your body with far more melatonin than needed. Since transdermal melatonin is applied directly to the skin, it completely bypasses the digestive system and doesn't have any of these problems. That means that you need far less melatonin to get the appropriate effect, which in turn means far less stress on your body and liver, and better effectiveness, as less is more when it comes to melatonin, and being able to deliver a much more exact and correct dose of melatonin means a world of difference when it comes to results. Breakthrough number 2. Gradually released melatonin. Also, if you remember from before, the body naturally produces melatonin slowly over the course of a night, not all at once like a pill. By applying melatonin directly on the skin, researchers have found that they can do the same thing and deliver melatonin slowly and gradually over the course of an entire night. As Daniel Eschbach, PhD, assistant professor of medicine at Harvard Medical School, notes in the study, transdermal melatonin delivery was effective in elevating plasma melatonin for an extended duration. Moreover, Dr. Eschbach goes on to note explicitly that the plasma profile differed greatly from a typical profile following fast-release oral melatonin administration and resembled the endogenous nocturnal profile more closely. In other words, transdermal melatonin mimics the body's natural, normal production of melatonin far better than melatonin pills. Case closed. But that's not all. Transdermal melatonin comes with a host of inherent benefits too. And that leads us to breakthrough number 3. Super easy to use and customizable. As you know, everyone is different. What works for one person may not work for another, and the same is true for melatonin. You might need a different dosage of melatonin from me, or my wife, or anyone else. With a pill, you're out of luck. They give you one standard dose, and if that doesn't work for you, too bad, tough luck. Transdermal melatonin is different. Unlike pills, you can spray exactly how much melatonin you need, and experiment to find out just what the right dose is for you. No more inexact and cumbersome pill splitting, or taking way more than you need. What's more, transdermal melatonin is reversible. If you accidentally take too much, you can just wipe off the excess. With pills, there's no going back. And if you find pills disgusting or have difficulty swallowing them, well, there's no more of that either. There's no taste or discomfort with transdermal melatonin. Spray it on in seconds and forget about it. That's all there is to it. Breakthrough number 4. Extremely safe. Most importantly of all, unlike other sleeping pills, drugs, and aids, no serious side effects are usually ever reported with melatonin. Its safety profile is frankly shocking, and in years of research, I haven't seen anything come close to being as safe as melatonin. Again, melatonin is naturally produced by the body, unlike many of the harsh chemicals and ingredients you might find in other sleeping pills. This in of itself would suggest that melatonin is safe, but just how safe? For that, let's see what Samir Malhotra, MD, writing for Medscape, has to say. The acute toxicity of melatonin, as seen in both animal and human studies, is extremely low. Or, more explicitly, studies of human subjects given varying doses of melatonin, 1 to 6.6 grams a day, for 30 to 45 days, and followed with an elaborate battery of biochemical tests to detect potential toxicity, have concluded that, aside from drowsiness, all findings were normal at the end of the test period. 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams, which is well over 1,000 times the amount of melatonin needed by the body to have a significant effect on correcting sleep disorders. In other words, when people were given extreme amounts of melatonin, and by extreme I mean 1,000 to 6,000 times more melatonin than normal, nothing happened aside from a little drowsiness. Now that's what I call safe. Introducing Sprayable Sleep. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, this all sounds very good, but how can I get my hands on some transdermal melatonin? You're in luck. Remember that story about how I've spent the last several years working with my business partner, Devin, and my chemistry PhD father on something that would change the world? Well, this is it. After years of research and work, we've developed the world's first topical melatonin spray. It wasn't easy, and it definitely wasn't cheap, but we did it, thanks in no small part to the $100,000 grant we received from Peter Thiel. Thanks, Peter. There's a reason you haven't seen transdermal melatonin on the market before now. It's very hard to make melatonin soluble to the extent needed in an aqueous solution. But we managed to do it, harnessing a proprietary delivery system to increase the potency of melatonin in our formula 5 times over what's normally possible. Our formula is patent pending, meaning you can't get this anywhere else. The last thing we want is some unscrupulous supplement company taking our discovery and creating an inferior product that doesn't work and turns people off of transdermal melatonin. And best of all, Sprayable Sleep fits into any lifestyle, no adjustment needed. Simply put, it's the easiest and most convenient way to get your circadian rhythm and your sleep back on track with transdermal melatonin. But don't take our word for it. Here's what some of our customers have had to say about Sprayable Sleep. From Hayward B. I overslept for the first time in years. As a frequent traveler and insomniac that often works night jobs, I absolutely love Sprayable Sleep. I have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep, so waking up has never been a problem for me, and I never set an alarm in the mornings. Because of this, I overslept for work for the first time in years the first night I used Sprayable Sleep. I've tried it all, from prescription drugs like Ambien to over-the-counter melatonin and everything in between, and I'm being completely honest here when I say that this product is the best overall. I feel safer spraying it on than taking a pill with a name I can't pronounce. I even spray a bit for a nap, and when my alarm goes off an hour later, I feel fresh and rejuvenated. I also love how, if needed, I can fight Sprayable Sleep's effects. With some pills, fighting sleep is dangerous and unpredictable, but just last week, something unexpected came up after I had applied Sprayable Sleep, and I handled everything like normal. Thank you for changing my life. 1 bottle of Sprayable Sleep now lives next to my bed, and another lives in my suitcase. And from EDE, please tell me I can get more. Amazing. My 84-year-old dad has Parkinson's and some dementia and a terrible time getting to and staying asleep, so everyone in the family stays exhausted. This seems to be a freaking game changer for him and for my family. He sleeps better, has fewer awakenings, is more alert in the daytime. Please tell me I can get more. It makes life better for my mom, my sibs. We are almost out of the sample. If it is not available yet in the big bottles, can I buy some of the samples? We need you. Thank you for making this available. So now that you've heard all of that, you probably have some questions still. Why sprayable? For you, I know you've probably seen a lot of supplement companies out there claiming their products are the best. And maybe you've even tried some of those products, and they just haven't worked for you. You're skeptical, and you have every right to be. Let me tell you why sprayable is different. Let's start with the sprayable promise. What you need, and nothing more. Have you ever seen the ingredient labels on other supplements? They could fill a book. Other supplement companies throw in countless numbers of either useless, or worse, questionable and potentially harmful ingredients to try to increase the perceived value of their product and charge you more money. In reality, the vast majority of these products have just 1 or 2 ingredients that are actually effective, and the rest just serve to unnecessarily burden your body so the supplement companies can make more money. Sprayable is radically different. We promise to give you exactly what you need and nothing more. That means, for instance, in our Sprayable Sleep formula, we don't have an endless list of questionable chemicals and ingredients to try to pad our formula. We have just 3 ingredients: water, melatonin, and a natural amino acid derivative that helps increase the potency and solubility of melatonin. That's it. Also, every sprayable product batch is third-party tested for purity and potency, so you know that you're getting exactly what's being promised to you, and nothing more that you don't want. And because Sprayable is a premium quality manufacturer, we felt it important that our Sprayable Sleep product be manufactured right here in the United States in an FDA-inspected, state-of-the-art facility that adheres to Federal Good Manufacturing Practices, or CGMP for short. All of the ingredients that we bring into our lab are analyzed and guaranteed for purity, and we adhere to the United States pharmacopoeia requirements that all pharmaceutical drugs and over-the-counter medicine companies abide by. This ensures that the potencies on the label are absolutely accurate. So, here's my invitation to you. Because you made it this far, I know that you must be serious about finally getting the sleep you need and checking back into the life you deserve. Here's a picture of me and my family taken near our home last fall. I'm showing you this because I want you to know that I'm just as serious about the advice I'm giving you here today. The same advice I would give to any of my loved ones if they were suffering, because I believe in it. So my invitation to you is to try Sprayable Sleep for yourself and shatter those hormonal barriers so you can start sleeping better, feel good, and finally be in control of your own life. But before I show you how you can get Sprayable Sleep for yourself, let me share with you some of the startling costs of the consequences of sleep deprivation. First, the true cost of sleep deprivation isn't monetary. It's your health, your quality of life, and your life itself that's at risk. As per the Psychology Today article, which I'll link to here so you can take a look at for yourself, as I'll only be highlighting an excerpt from the full list of risks that come with chronic sleep loss. University of Pennsylvania School of Medicine researchers recently announced the discovery of disturbing evidence that chronic sleep loss may be more serious than previously thought and may even lead to irreversible physical damage to and loss of brain cells. So here's an excerpted list, and you can see estimated costs for each of these risks in the chart here. Needless to say, they are very, very expensive, averaging over $100,000 in lifetime cost. 1. Chronic sleep loss has been linked to increased risk of brain damage. 2. Obesity. 3. Stroke. 4. Heart disease. 5. Cancer. 6. Premature death. 7. Forced early retirement. 8. Accelerated aging. And the list goes on. Again, I'm only putting a number on this problem for illustrative purposes. The real point is chronic sleep loss has very real health effects, and I personally would pay any amount of money to avoid any of these health risks, to say nothing of all of them. I'd imagine you'd probably do the same. So I'm going to recommend you try a different path and take some action against your chronic sleep loss. A path that I know works and that won't break the bank. I'll be honest with you. It's expensive to create something radically better than the competition. There's a reason most supplement companies just keep recycling the same pills over and over to their customers, changing a few useless ingredients here and there. It's cheap, easy, and there's a lot of margin for profit. That's not the case with Sprayable. Because we chose to do things differently and create an entirely new delivery system from scratch and make the world's first topical melatonin spray, our product is far more costly to manufacture than supplements and pills you may be used to seeing on the market today. My colleagues tell me we should be charging at least $89 for a 30-day supply, which is an absolute bargain because it works. But that's not what we've decided to do. Because it's so important to us that you and anyone struggling with their sleep get access to this powerful solution, we're going to make it as affordable as possible. Not only is this so important to your health, I know that how being sleep deprived can drain your ability to function, diminish your happiness and confidence, and suck the joy out of life itself. I don't want price to get in the way because it simply doesn't have to be this way. So what I'm going to do is allow you to try a full 30-day supply for free. Just pay $1 to subsidize shipping and handling. We do this at a massive loss to ourselves. The lowest offer we usually give is $60 for a single month's supply, but since you came through our special offer, we're trying something unprecedented and letting you have your first month free. When you take advantage of this offer, we'll also subscribe you to our monthly VIP Sleep Subscription Club, which means that every month after your first 30-day free trial, you'll conveniently receive another 30-day supply of Sprayable Sleep for the extremely discounted price of just $19.99 each month, a full $40 off the one-time purchase price we're offering you here today. And don't worry, if at any time you find Sprayable Sleep's not right for you anymore, you can cancel any time by just giving us a quick call or sending us a quick email, no questions asked. If you cancel within the first 30 days, you'll be charged absolutely nothing besides that $1 in shipping, and you can even keep your full 30-day supply of Sprayable Sleep on us. And what's more, even if you decide to stay on afterwards, you're still covered. Cancel anytime within the first 60 days, and we'll cheerfully refund you every cent you've paid and still let you keep all the Sprayable Sleep you received. Again, we've never tried this before, and a lot of people have told us we're crazy to be offering you Sprayable Sleep at such low rates and with such a good guarantee. But we're determined to get this in the hands of as many people as possible, even if it means dramatically cutting our profits. That said, this may very well be too low of a price to be sustainable for the long term, and we may very well have to raise prices in the future. However, if you decide to take advantage of this offer now, rest assured that we will lock in your $19.99 monthly rate for life, guaranteed, for as long as you stay a member, even if the price rises for new subscribers. So again, if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, just click the Order Now button below this video and select the free trial option to get your free 30-day supply right now. And if you're one of those people who just doesn't like the convenience of a monthly subscription, even with our 100% no questions asked money back guarantee, that's fine. You can definitely still order Sprayable Sleep as a one-time purchase without the free trial. Again, we're told we should be selling one bottle of Sprayable Sleep to you for $89, but we've decided to offer you one bottle for just $60. And since most people choose to use this formula for several months, we're going to make it even more affordable by allowing you to order a 90-day supply for only $120, which is a $150 discount and just $40 a bottle. And for those of you who are truly committed to getting the sleep you deserve, you can get a 180-day supply for only $210, saving you $330 and making each bottle just $35 a piece. In any case, whichever option you choose, your results and satisfaction are guaranteed. You should know that Sprayable is not about sensationalism. As a personal sufferer of sleep deprivation, I wanted to focus on what's stopping you from getting the sleep you need, and the scientific proof of how this unique product breaks through your sleep. But in the meantime, I want you to know that we are big sticklers about making sure that people are happy and they get the results that they're expecting. So we're protecting you with the Sprayable unconditional 60-day, you must be thrilled money-back guarantee. That's right, try Sprayable for as long as you want. Feel free to use up everything, even for a full 60 days. We'll still give you a full 100% refund anytime in the next 60 days. Just return the empty bottles to us and we'll cheerfully refund you in full. We want to refund you if Sprayable doesn't work for you. What's to stop you from just buying a 60-day supply of Sprayable Sleep, using it all up, and returning it to us even if it does work for you, and getting all your money back? Well, nothing. You could do that, and we'd still give you all your money back, even if you told us you were just taking advantage of our guarantee, because truth be told, we'd rather have you gotten the sleep you need, even if we had to pay for it, than you not getting that sleep at all. We're here for the long run, and we know that trust is built over a long time and is a two-way street. We trust you to be honest with our 60-day, unconditional money-back guarantee, and our past experience has shown the vast majority of our customers are indeed more than worthy of our trust, and we hope you trust us to be honest with what you'll be getting with Sprayable Sleep. Now, it would be misleading to tell you that this formula will allow you to stay up all night, every night, plastered to your TV, and still get good sleep. There's literally nothing in existence that will allow you to disregard all good sleep hygiene and still get good, restful sleep. Because of this, I've created a program that you can safely use for the first 30 days and beyond to get the most out of Sprayable Sleep. By using this program, you'll be living a life that makes your hormones work for you and not against you. The plan will work in synergy with our formula to remove the barriers to good sleep by helping your body naturally maintain healthy sleeping habits and a good circadian rhythm. You'll be surprised by how easy the plan is to follow and how little time it takes. Because we really care about your success, we're providing this free with your purchase, and I'll also be providing email support so that you can't go wrong. If you make the choice to finally get the sleep you need, then you deserve it. So now it's time to take the next step. But first, ask yourself why you might want to get the sleep you've been missing out on. Think about it. Your personal reasons are the most powerful. Then imagine what it would be like when you finally start sleeping well again. What does it feel like? Then ask yourself why this is important. It's your choice. So if you've decided that this time is the right time, the next step you need to do is to go ahead and complete your order right now by clicking on one of the ordering options below. We will quickly process your request and we'll get it out of the door, usually the same day. Remember, this time your chances of long-term success are finally within reach. And let me answer a few frequently asked questions that have come up regarding Sprayable Sleep. Number 1. When should I take Sprayable Sleep? Answer: about an hour before your desired bedtime. Number 2. How will I feel when using Sprayable Sleep? Answer: melatonin is a natural hormone produced by the body that serves to regulate the body's internal circadian rhythm. As such, it's a very gentle sleep aid. It helps enable the body to go to sleep more so than force it to go to sleep. Number 3. How long will one bottle last me? Answer: each bottle of Sprayable Sleep contains 60 sprays, which is a 30-day supply at 2 sprays per use. Number 4. How soon can I expect to start sleeping better? Answer: Sprayable Sleep takes effect every time you use it, so that you should start seeing results immediately. Number 5. Is Sprayable Sleep safe, and what are the side effects? Answer: melatonin is extremely safe, naturally produced by the body, and numerous studies in humans have shown no serious side effects at all, even with extreme dosages. On top of this, Sprayable Sleep is designed to be especially safe and gentle, with far less melatonin than excessive pills. And number 6. Should I keep taking it after I start sleeping well? Answer. Sprayable sleep only works when it is used. When you find that sprayable sleep helps you sleep better, continued use is likely to help you maintain that higher quality of sleep. So let me wrap this up by asking you a question. First, let me tell you what you're looking at here. The average life expectancy of an American right now is about 76 years of age. This is a grid where each cell represents 1 year of 76 years. So there are 76 open spaces in this grid, and using my mother as an example here, I X'd off 62 of the 76. So that tells me where she has left in terms of life expectancy, based on the averages that are out there. It was quite a shock to me when I did this for her, and realized just how short our lives really are, and just how precious every moment I have left with my mother is. So my question to you is, how many more X's are you going to fill in the boxes of your life until you decide to start sleeping well and living a full life again? I suspect that you have already hit that wall yourself, where you're saying to yourself, enough is enough, and now is the time. Can now be the time to check back in fully to life? Imagine being vibrant, full of energy, and able to do the things that make you feel alive again. This could be your chance. If so, I trust that by me sharing this information and making Sprayable Sleep available to you, that you'll decide now to take action and start living the life of your dreams. It is up to you. So if you have any questions, there is a contact link below, but I would recommend that you go ahead and take the next step with me. And that is to click on one of the ordering options below so you can request your order of Sprayable Sleep and get instant access to the Sprayable's ultimate guide to good sleep. Thanks again for joining me. Thanks, and I look forward to helping you on your journey to a happier and vibrant new you. Here's to your health and sleep.